Hello guys, this is Sarah. Today I'm going to be reacting to Selena Gomez's new album, Rare. I have listened to the album, but I didn't really pay attention. It's just some of the songs I know, and I really wanted to break down what the meaning of each song is and kind of like the lesson that we can take from every song and kind of like the evolution that she has gone through. Many people say this album is a risky album because of the sound. It's not her usual pop sound, but I think that Selena Gomez is never going to stop being relevant, if that makes sense. I don't think that a bad album is necessarily going to affect her because she has her acting career, mainly her Disney Channel career. Like, I feel like people like Miley Cyrus, Selena, Demi, like they are never going to not be relevant. Like, she doesn't depend on how good her album is for her fans to leave her or not. Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about each song, what I thought, how I felt about it, how I think she has made a lot of progress, and yeah, overall that. So let's get into it. First song is Rare, and this is really funny to me because this song reminds me of when you're into a fuckboy and you're doing the most to get his attention. You'll be like, it feels like you don't care. Why don't you recognize that I'm so rare? When you're like posting a billion stories trying to impress him, and you're like with your humor and your quirkiness, am I right? So this song, I find it really, to me it's funny. It's just, I don't necessarily like the rhythm. I think, to me, she should not have made this a single. First of all, signed the petition for Vulnerable to be a single. Everyone I've talked to said that that's the best song. Like, why the fuck did she not make that a single when she also talked in the interview with saying that that was one of her favorite songs? Someone explain. Not a song that I play on a daily basis. I play Vulnerable every day. Next one was Dance Again, and I think this is a fun song, like kind of like a song that you can vibe to but also skip when you're in Forever 21 or something and you hear this song. It's that type of song, you know, clothing store type of song. Like, I would clean my house to this song. I would run in the treadmill to this song. When you're like, I kickstart the rhythm, I kickstart my system, maybe before going out, you know, hyping yourself up, maybe that. Look at Her Now. Man, I have conflicting energies about this song because I think there are some lines that are like super cool, like shiny till it wasn't, feels good till it doesn't. Of course she was sad, but now she's glad that she dodged the bullet. It really shows her evolution. In spite of whether you like the song or not, this really shows how she has grown a lot as a person. It basically talks about like when you're living off illusions and highs and lows and you are just running in circles, and then you wake up and you realize that all the time that you were wearing rose-colored glasses wasn't wasted time, even though it felt like you were stuck and everyone was moving forward and you were like the loser because you cared a lot. But then you realize that you got over that in a healthy way, and now you're glowing because you took the time, and even if you were down a lot, you know, you processed it in the right way. And I think that really shows in her character now, and it really shows in the way she portrays herself. She gives me this kind of like earth goddess type of vibes, because she's like, you know, she just has this plump beauty about her, but you can tell in the interview, you can tell just by how she moves now. Lose You to Love Me. What can we say about this song? This song was a hit, and we all know that, but this song is not what we all go through. But if you've been in those types of toxic relationships and you've worn those rose-colored glasses for a long time, you understand how you literally had to lose that person, and life had to take away that person from you because you were not going to get yourself together, and you were not going to be better and leave. They had to take it away from you. When you're in that fog of, but he loves me, but he would never do that to me, like she said in the heart wants what it wants. It's just like you keep making excuses, you keep, you know, forgiving, and you keep thinking that he's like the air that you breathe, you know. But when life takes it away from you, you hit rock bottom. But then when you reconstruct yourself again, you're just like, okay, this makes fucking sense now. I had to lose you to love me, because like, look at how I was treating myself like fucking crap. Next one is Ring, which gives me Cruella de Vil type of vibes, you know, her song. It's like how you should feel when you like someone. This is the attitude that you need to have inside your head. Like you have someone wrapped around your finger, never the other way. Do not be, you know, the one that's wrapped around someone else's finger. That's not cute, and that's not 2020 like, you know. Then it's Vulnerable, which I said before, this has to be a single. I'm hoping she makes it a single. I'm hoping she listens to people's prayers, because this song is a fucking bop. And I love the part when she's like, would you blow it, blow it, blow it? Because it's like, it reminds me of like her song It Ain't Me, when it's like, Nani, in me, you know, so fucking weird. But that part I love though. Like, I think she works super well in like electronic music. I think this song is really powerful. She talked about it in the interview. She was saying how she thinks she's a pretty good person. She thinks, you know, that she deserves someone that treats her well, and if that someone is not willing to meet her standards or put up with her, then bye, you know. I'm going to remain vulnerable, but I'm still respecting myself. I'm just not blindly giving my all to you because I'm in this confusion and this illusion and this toxicity, you know. And for that you have to know yourself. Like, you can, it's not like you can blame the other person, it's always your choice. But sometimes it takes us going through those shitty times for us to be like, okay, I need to take care of myself. I'm going to stay vulnerable, but just because I take care of myself now, I'm not going to put energy in that bullshit. Basically. Next one is People You Know, which is a simple song but a cool song, because like, people you know from people you don't, which is fucking weird, am I right? Like when you know this person for so long and then you are no longer together, no longer in contact, and all of a sudden it's like your ex is closer to one of your friends who used to be like his acquaintance or something, and it's just like fucking weird, because, and especially with social media, that now you can so easily see someone in your friend's story or in that acquaintance that you have that went to the same party that your ex went, and then you suddenly see them in the story and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? And it feels weird because it's like same person, it's like you hear their voice, it feels weird, you see their faces, you almost try to remember like how they were, but it's just such a strange feeling, you know? I was so close to you, but now, like, now that you are not part of my life, it feels so confusing. Next one, reminds me of Me and My Girls. It reminds me so much. The vibe, the rhythm, it reminds me so much of Me and My Girls. I love it. I think it's also great for the treadmill. This is a treadmill song. It's like it feels like in your mind you're dancing in space, you know, you're this little alien, you know, and it's kind of like, even if you, like, it feels like you're taking this drug and you're like taking elsewhere, and then let me get me, you know. She says like, I'm so connected to me. It's just like that vibe where you're like, as the law of attraction people would say, aligned. And it's Crowded Room. I think she said in the interview that she wrote this about a couple that, like an older couple that she knows, that they talk to themselves, like they give signs to themselves, like I love you, like say this or something like that. Even if they don't talk or they're like in different parts of the house, whatever. I liked the concept of this song because it's like when you're so close to someone or you're so connected to someone that you can be in the same room, but it feels like you're in like your own little bubble. I love that. I think that's the best feeling ever. Like the environment's just gone, it's just you two. I think that's really cool. And this reminded me of a time that I was dancing with this guy and we were just doing stupid shit, and this other girl was watching us, like just a random girl, and she was smiling. This song brings me back to that feeling of me and that person being so, you know, in our little bubble, that other people can also perceive how happy we were. All that memories. The feature in this song was perfect, and I loved the phrase, you make the whole room feel slow motion, you make me feel like I'm drowning in a potion. I think that's poetry right there, but I think that lyric, that line is magical. You make the whole, like it, and it's just exactly what I've described. Like you feel like you're captivated, but this someone, time has stopped, and you can kind of let go of your worries, and all that can, you know, be haunting you in that specific moment. This one is kind of crazy. I didn't really like this song. I kind of imagine this song as like the threatening look I would give you if I had some receipts. That's kind of like, you're the kind of crazy, but like kind of like, you know, you cannot play me. But I didn't really like this song. I have to be honest. I didn't really like this song. Fun. I heard that, well, I watched an interview that she wrote this song with Julian. I forgot the other guy's name. Well, they all wrote it together. They were just like, let's not think about anything. Let's just write a song about fun. And I think it's really cool because it's like, for a moment there, it's like you look like fun. And for a moment there, I'm just going to go there and live in the moment and be present and not think about all my traumas and all the fucked up shit that I tell myself every day that I'm not able to, all the shit I tell myself when I doubt myself, all that, you know, daily speech of how I'm not good enough or whatever, or how I have this whole baggage and I'm just going to have fun. Love that. Cut You Off, I didn't like the rhythm of this, like I didn't like the, you know, the vibe. But I like the lyrics, I like the meaning behind it. I like that it said, I don't overthink it, I just carry on, which is, I think that it's a fucking valuable lesson. 2020 again. It's just like, okay, like I may still doubt myself, I may still worry about it, but I'm just going to carry on like one foot after the other, you know. I think this is really cool, and I'm just cut you off. And even though I'm overthinking it and I may want to go back to you and I may doubt myself, like, was this my soulmate, and I just let them go because they're not treating me right, you did the right thing. Like, I think about this a shit ton, but I'm just keep going because I know this is not good for me, so I'm just cut you off. And the last one is Sweeter Place. I fucking loved this song. I think Kid Cudi was a great choice for this. I watched also in the interview that she was kind of like nervous about this collab. Like she wasn't, I think that she had this, you know, everyone talks about the imposter syndrome, but I think that she thought that she wasn't good enough for her to collab with him, or like she thought that he would never accept or stuff like that. And I think that it's really cool that someone else on her team sent it. And yeah, overall I think it's a really vibey song and you're living this fantasy. And I think this is, every Kid Cudi beat takes you, like, if you get the chance, listen to the song that he has with Jaden. It's called On My Own. It's fucking cool, and it feels like it takes me to Neptune. And like when in the Jaden song, when he's like, let the dust settle on Venus, and it's just like the coolest part of the song. And I think it's really cool when it says, this is just for me and I'm cutting ties, you know. And for a moment there, it's like you're taking elsewhere, because that's how it feels with his beats. It's just like navigating, you know, a dream. And I think this album was, I have to be honest, like first when I heard it, I'm sorry if I don't look a lot at the camera, it's just like when I'm thinking I look somewhere else. I think this album was risky in a way, because at first I didn't really like it. I remember telling my friends, I was just like, yeah, like not my vibe, like, but I think she's at her best place right now. And I just loved, personally, what I loved the most was watching her interview on this album, and overall the aura that she gives now. is very calm. I said, like, earth goddess, plump beauty, you know, like kind of like she has never been super out there. She has never been, you know, flashy or like vibrant, you know. She has always been pretty low-key, but I think that she is kind of good model now, and I loved how she opened up about being a people pleaser. She is finding herself and has done the right thing, even though her and Justin had this amazing connection. Many times it's not about how much you and someone else like each other, it's more about the actual compatibility, which many times we just want to make things work because we are so attached to that person, and just because it's always been like this, like, who am I without you? After you've been for so long with someone, it's just you create this identity that involves that person. Imagining yourself without them is very hard, and you want to avoid that at all costs because it feels like you are not you without that person, and that person has also fulfilled this role of who should feed you with your self-esteem and your, you know, like, as she said in the Lose You to Love Me, like, set fire to my purpose. I think that many of the reasons why she has not been so active in her career lately was because of all the illnesses, all the possibly addictions that she has had to deal with, and it was because of that. But I'm happy that she managed it in this way, and that she has, you know, become this wholesome new version of herself, because that's what it's all about. And it doesn't necessarily mean that someone won because like Justin won because he got married, or like Haley, you know, all that crap. What matters is that she has found her way, and she seems to be taking the healthy route and having cool friends such as like Julie and the other guy who I don't remember his name. But yeah, I hope you liked this review. Next video I'm gonna be doing is going to be on Dua Lipa. I'm so excited. I just I want her album to be out already, but her next song will be Physical, which I'm pumped about. So yeah, comment, let me know what you thought of the album. Did you vibe with it? What are your favorite songs? Do you think she should make Vulnerable a single? Comment that. Let's sign a fucking petition, and I'll see you in the next video.